Hi guys, my name is Yasmina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to recommend to you guys my favorite books that are set in university. So, I read quite a bit of YA, and most YA is of course set during that high school age. I am well beyond my high school years. To be fair, I'm also well beyond my university years, but we'll just move past that. Anyway, I just enjoy reading about characters who are in university or during that sort of stage of their life. And these are some books that I've read and really enjoyed that take place during university, and I wanted to recommend them to you guys. So let's do that. This is one I read recently and really enjoyed. This is Loveless by Alice Oseman. So Alice Oseman is actually one of my favorite YA contemporary authors. And I say YA, but it's still YA, but it takes place in university. So our main character is starting university. So this is her first year, I'm pretty sure the first semester of university. And it's essentially about our main character discovering her identity as an ace arrow, and also just, going to university and making friends and discovering new and wonderful and maybe not so wonderful things about herself and the world. And it was really nice. Just to clarify, ace arrow refers to asexual, aromantic. I just realized some people might not be familiar with that term, so yes. She's also really into theater, and there's a lot of parts in this book about theater. They create a little theater group, a little drama group. It's also a really needed representation of the ace arrow spectrum. So yeah, highly recommend Loveless. Then I have We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. This is a small, really beautiful book about, again, our main character starting her first year of university. And this happened right after a big tragedy in our main character's life took place. Her grandfather, who was her main caregiver, passes away, and she's really struggling. This also has LGBTQIA representation actually, and also mental health rep, because our main character is really struggling with life, and we're following our main character grieving, and she's sort of forced to accept what really happened, except that she has to continue to live her life regardless of what happened. Next I have a tiny book. This is Binti by Nnedi Okorafor, and this is really tiny. I think this is like 90 pages. This is a sci-fi novella where our main character is going to university to a different planet, and she's on a spaceship, and something attacks the spaceship, and a lot of things go down. I literally cannot say more than that because it is such a short book. It is a trilogy. I have yet to actually read the other two books. I really should, because I really enjoyed this one. Very interesting kind of races and characters in here, so highly recommend giving this a very quick read. Next up I have two very similar books. Even just looking at them, I realize how similar they are. I have The Secret History and If We Were Villains. This is by Donna Tartt. This is by Emil Rio, and The Secret History is one of my favorite books of all time. This is actually a book that is very highly recommended if you liked The Secret History, so that's essentially why I picked it up, but I just realized how similar these two covers are as well. First off, The Secret History. Gosh, I love this book. This takes place at a university, and of course, it's in this video. And at this university, there's this kind of elitist club of philosophy students and their teacher, who are kind of seen as celebrities and, a very mysterious, recluse kind of group, because no one is ever able to join that group who isn't already a part of it. But our main character tries to be a part of this elitist group and find out their very dark secrets. Highly recommend this. I think it was really beautifully written and very atmospheric. If We Were Villains also takes place at a university, and these are drama students, so theater students. If you like Shakespeare, you will love this book. This is essentially 30% Shakespeare quotes, because these students are so into Shakespeare that they talk to each other. They converse in Shakespeare quotes, and to be honest, those parts went over my head because I have not read much of Shakespeare, and I'm not that into drama, so that was a little bit much for me. But if you like Shakespeare, you'll probably really like this. And it's also a crime mystery, so there's an investigation on a mysterious death just like in The Secret History, by the way. I forgot to mention that little detail. Then I have two of my favorite fantasy books of all time, or the start of two series. So this is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. This is a magic university setting. Our main character is going to what he thinks is a normal university, but it turns out he literally goes to the magic Hogwarts, but university. So the magic university Hogwarts. Very adult, dark themes, but I loved it, and I highly recommend the entire series. And then, of course, I have to mention The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is my favorite book and favorite series of all time. This is the first book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. And again, Magic University. An awesome Magic University, to be fair. With very interesting teachers and other students. And it's just beautiful. It's so beautifully written. This is my favorite sort of writing in fantasy because it's so extra. Like, it's so extra beautiful. It doesn't even need to be this beautiful because the plot and the characters and the magic system would take you there anyway. But there's just an extra layer of beautiful writing that just makes this phenomenal. So if you haven't read this already, just do it. Just do it. Next up, I have a contemporary adult literary fiction novel, and this is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I really devoured this book. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but this starts off by following two characters who fall in love. They fall into each other's arms, essentially, in high school. But the majority of this book takes place years later when both of them are now in university, and they reconnect. These two characters are so flawed and complex and super interesting, and they really shouldn't go together at all, but it was just so much fun to read and so interesting, and it's very insightful into these two characters' world. You really get to know everything about these characters and their relationship, and I really recommend it. It's definitely something that might not be for everyone. The writing style is also a bit strange. It has no quotation marks around dialogue, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but apparently this is just Sally Rooney's style, and honestly, it stopped bothering me like after the first few pages because it just flows. It flows really naturally, and yeah, it's super addicting. I highly recommend it. Then I have Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is a YA contemporary, but that takes place in college in America, and as the title suggests, we follow a massive fangirl. She's essentially a fangirl of this fantasy universe called Simon Snow, but it's essentially, Harry Potter. She is very much a socially anxious person, and going to university or college, because this is in America, going to college is really terrifying for her, and she's not very good at making new friends, and so she escapes back into her fandom, which is the Simon Snow universe, and she writes fanfiction about it. And that's kind of her coping mechanism. But slowly, over the course of the book, she opens up to more people and experiences a lot of new and beautiful things, new and beautiful friendships, and it was really enjoyable when I read it. Out of all of Rainbow Rowell's books, I still would recommend this one because I do think it's quite special and just a very enjoyable read. So those were actually all of the books that I've read and enjoyed that take place during university. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more on my physical TBR that I haven't gotten to yet, and I'm sure there's way more that I just haven't come across. So if you have recommendations for awesome books that you read that take place at a university or college or that kind of age range, but where the school is at least a little bit a part of the story, do leave them in the comment section below so that I can find more recommendations and anyone watching this can also find more. I hope you pick any of these books up. I will leave links to all of them down in the description if you're interested in checking any of them out. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!